Chris Dobie has convincingly booked his place in tomorrow's second round of the Players' Championship finals with a 6-1 victory over the Spaniard Cristo Reyes. And Dobie will meet either Peter Wright or James Wilson tomorrow. Over on board 2, Keegan Brown's beaten Andy Bolton 6-3 over there, and he sealed it with a 1-2-4 checkout. Absolutely magnificent. So the Needle from the Isle of Wight is into round 2, and he'll meet either Gerwyn Price or Mickey Mansell tomorrow. He looks pretty chuffed about it, doesn't he, Keegan? Let's hear from him now. He's waiting to talk to Ned.
They're singing his name. They're singing his name. Yeah, you're enjoying this, aren't you? That was, mind you, by your own admission, that was a little bit of a struggle, wasn't it? But in the end, the scoreline comfortable enough.
Yeah, the last 2 legs made it look a lot easier, but the first several, it was a struggle.
Yeah, nice way to go out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Big check out, boom.
Oh, definitely. The 1-2-4, I'd take that any day of the year.
Now, we're just talking about your previous editions of the Players' Championship finals down here at Minehead. You've had the good fortune, stroke misfortune, to bump into Michael van Gerwen time and time again, haven't you?
Every time I've played in this competition, I'm either 32nd or 33rd, and this year I don't play Michael, so even better.
You could play Gerwyn Price. You could. He's not through yet. You are, but we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. It's another game of darts, and I'm here tomorrow, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking about Michael van Gerwen, though, you're one of the very few players out there with a 100% record against Michael van Gerwen this year. So you're obviously something going very, very right with your darts in 2019.
Yeah, definitely. I'm practicing a lot harder. I've got a lot more confidence in my ability, and I just love to play the game.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's some uncertainty as to who the crowd are supporting out here. Just double check. Yeah, I think it might be him.
Oh, he's a happy boy. You have to milk those moments, don't you? You have to enjoy every minute, because it's a tough old sport to be involved with. Well, next up here on the main stage, it is the Dutchman Jeffrey de Zwaan. He reached the quarterfinals of the European Championship last month, you may recall, here on ITV4. And he now is up against the Aussie Simon Whitlock. Let's get them out with John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the action. This is the Ladbrokes Players' Championship Finals, coming to you live on ITV Sport from Butlins, Minehead. Time to meet the players. The Black Cobra, Jeffrey de Zwaan, and the Wizard, Simon Whitlock.
The Black Cobra against the Wizard, and to talk us through it, still in the commentary box, Alan Warren a little and Stuart Pike.
And form would suggest that Jeffrey de Zwaan will be favourite to win this. We shall see which Simon Whitlock will turn up. We know on his day, certainly over the last couple of decades, of what he is capable of doing, but certainly recently hasn't done it enough or well enough on the darts board. Jeffrey de Zwaan, of course, reached the European Championship quarterfinals on ITV4 a month or so ago, lost to Michael Smith, but while he is a steady riser in the world of PDC darts, I'm afraid Simon Whitlock is falling down the order. He needs a big weekend here, and he needs a big weekend at the Ali Pali as well. The winner to play John Henderson in the last 32, Hendo beating Ryan Joyce in a last leg decider earlier on. So interesting. What are we going to expect? What will we see over the next 20-25 minutes, Alan?
Well, there's no doubt that the quality is there. We've seen it so often from both players, certainly more from Simon Whitlock over the last
game on.
dozen years or so. Jeffrey Zwaan has got himself in good positions. You know, he's beaten Michael van Gerwen twice on the big TV stage, but he hasn't really taken advantage
81.
of the ability that he has. Still young, still learning. We all know what Simon Whitlock has done and can
85.
do. So try and maintain your ranking position and hopefully at some point move forward.
43.
Not with darts like that.
Yeah, Zwaan seeded 13th here, courtesy of a win at Players' Championship 14 in the summer. So, yeah, decent enough year on the floor. Simon Whitlock, 52 out of 64. This goes to show how he's struggled on the Players' Championship throughout 2019.
Yeah, he had a lot of first-round defeats, which was quite disappointing from his point of view, and it kind of put him on the back foot. He was always under pressure when he was playing in the first-round game without being able to relax and produce his best. But of the 30 players, that's 16 different winners, so it just shows you that it does get shared around. I think another 12 or 13 different finalists as well. So these players on the Players' Championship events
77.
are trying to make their way in the professional game. Tough school.
Talking of which, Q School in January to earn those prize tour cards.
Yeah, you've got to be in it to win it.
58.
Top then for Zwaan to break through. There it is, first leg against the darts for the Dutchman. And already in the driving seat, Simon Whitlock was still way back on 198. Yeah, I went to have a look at Q School this year in January in Wigan. Just went for the afternoon, and it really is ruthless and difficult. First maximum for Zwaan, but you win a tour card, you deserve it. I mean, the place was absolutely ram-packed, and
140.
each given day, I think you have to win 7 or 8 games just to win a tour card. And
yeah, it's tough. It's getting tougher. I'm there for the 4 or 5 days for the
92.
PDPA and PDC. But put it in perspective. Look how good Glenn Durant is. What he's produced this season. Somebody had 4 darts to knock him out, and he wouldn't have got a tour card.
Yeah. And arguably wouldn't have been in the PDC.
Correct.
I can't say, well, I'm pretty sure Glenn wouldn't have played on the Challenge Tour. He might well have gone back to the BDO, and here he is. He's reached 3 big televised semi-finals. Got inside the top 32 in the world. Earned himself
some good performances on TV as well.
A stack of money.
It's quality. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's quality.
But you need a bit of luck at Q School. He got it.
97.
And he's cashed it in.
Require 129.
Trouble trying for ball. He needs the ball. Is he going for it? No.
89.
Well, he's taken the chance with Simon Whitlock on 164.
I think it was a reasonable, the way that Whitlock is playing at the minute, it was a reasonable decision from Zwaan, but got to finish it off here.
40.
Yes, he obviously made the decision early, didn't he?
Games on the second leg.
And a good decision it was.
Third leg, Simon.
Well, it only had 2 legs, but just to give you a flavour of the dominance of Jeffrey Zwaan, averaging 111, Whitlock averaging 77. Cannot get anything going at all, the Aussie.
97.
Over on board 2, by the way. They won't be mucking around there. Ricky Evans against Steve Beaton. 1 apiece.
134.
He's looking in trouble at the moment. Simon Whitlock. What can he do to rescue the situation? He needs to get something going. You've got to start with the scoring.
60.
Just can't get them big scores on a regular basis. You're only in the 3rd leg. Massive gulf already in the averages.
108.
Now 2 out of 3 on the doubles. 2 180s, an average of nearly 120. I think it's fair to say that Zwaan is in total control. Whitlock at
44 points in the averages at the moment.
Whitlock with nowhere to go, and when it's like this, There's nowhere to hide, is there?
123.
Incredible. Almost 120. Simon just cannot get going
55.
at all. And that's frustrating him even more. His opponent's playing well, so he's not getting many chances. But Zwaan looks like he's on fire.
32.
Well, he will return. So Whitlock again through first in this leg. He's way back on 2-3-3. Only just got halfway down the leg. This is better.
171.
That's certainly better.
32.
May still lose the leg.
All in vain. There it is.
But at least he'll get himself going. He knows he's starting to score a little bit.
But
2 breaks of throw.
Well, that's the key, Stuart, isn't it? 2 breaks of throw. It really puts you on the back foot. Chasing shadows at the moment.
46.
But Zwaan does have that tendency to switch off at times. And terrific so far.
134. $100.
Got to get into this match very, very quickly. Well, that's one of the very few trebles he's had hit in this match so far. Did get the 3 treble 19s.
180.
But manages to get 3 in the lipstick.
You're right, the 171 has certainly
100.
given him the fillip that he needed, Whitlock.
It looks at this now. If he can take this leg, it's against the throw, really dig
99.
deep on his throw, going at the break at 3-2. And at that point when he was 3-0 down, he wasn't scoring, he just couldn't get anything going. He's back in the game.
100. Simon, you require 88.
Double 14. Ooh, double 3.
On the fourth
Held
leg.
himself
Simon
together really
Whitlock.
well there, Simon Whitlock. It could have gone wrong.
5th leg, Simon to throw first. Game on.
Now then, a big effort from the Aussie. Can he go in at the break? 3-2. That will be massive
100.
if he can achieve that scoreline going in to the break.
60.
So they've beaten Ricky Evans 2 apiece on board 2. Yeah, this really is a big leg, and Whitlock here, I mean, he was 40 points down on the averages. As you say now, he's
140.
it looks like he's a big favourite to get it back to within 1 at the break.
Yeah. Oh, he's looking for a maximum here, and he gets it. Ooh, now then.
180.
All of a sudden, it's a level leg. But that 171 certainly was a catalyst, because it just showed him that, yeah, I can score. Since then, he's played
55.
pretty well. You know, first 3 legs averaging 70, and all of a sudden he's up at 92. So it just shows you he has had a marked improvement.
100.
Yeah, Zwaan still on 107 and change. Still a good performance from the Dutchman.
58.
Very
Jeffrey,
good
you require
performance.
161.
And no trouble there will be music to the ears of Jeffrey Zwaan.
82. Simon,
last
you
one.
require 148.
Still a chance. Here's another. Oh, this would be magnificent from the Aussie!
Games from the 5th leg.
Wow,
Simon
from
Whitlock.
absolutely nowhere, Simon Whitlock finds a way back into this match. Brilliant performance, superb finish. Jeffrey Zwaan was dominating at 3-0. It really is game on now. Can Whitlock complete an unlikely comeback? The answer is coming up very soon. Clawed his way back in, and that will help. A brilliant 148 just before the break. 3-0 down, and it looked that he was down and out. But he's battled back against Jeffrey de Zwaan, one leg in it, just to let you know that over on board 2 at the moment, Steve Beaton leads Ricky Evans 4-3 in their first round match. But yeah, hats off to Whitlock. 3-0 down, the way he was playing, it looked like it was going to be a whitewash.
Yes, the way de Zwaan was playing, and of course Simon, as you mentioned, but a fabulous turnaround. As I said at the time when he hit that 171, yes, he lost the leg, but then he realised he could start scoring heavily, which he did. That 148 was fabulous to get in at that break at 3-2. He'll have gone in that back room for a couple of minutes, gathered his thoughts.
140.
And I'm thinking, well, I'm well and truly back in this match now. Let's see.
We'll also be hoping, Alan, that the break doesn't take the sting out of what he managed to produce in the previous 2 legs, which, as we know, can and does often happen.
Yes, I think going in at that break, Simon would definitely be the happier of the 2. But I know what you mean when you've just got yourself back into a match, started scoring, had a really big finish. But it is what it is.
90 seconds.
Come out firing in this second session of the match.
By the way, board 2, 6 consecutive breaks of throw, 4 all between Beaton and Evans.
180.
4 all there, and a 4th, 180 for Jeffrey de Zwaan here.
Yes, he's still got that break.
190.
Going first here to go 4-2 ahead.
64.
Simon left a decent finish just in case. 17 for tops. He missed the 16 area, which he was going for.
24.
So another chance of Whitlock here. Should go for the ball with the first dart. Bullseye would leave 85, so he'd have options, but 25 still leaves a shot available. Treble 20 now for the bull. Can't do it. Unlucky.
55. Jeffrey required 40.
Long way off. Long way off.
And all over the shot. All over the shot. Hit the 180, took control of the leg, and then missed 4 darts at double. What a let-off, and what an opportunity for the Wizard.
He knows it as well. He knows this is a massive opportunity. Didn't even think of anything else apart from 2 big 20s and tops. Oh, yes! Yes, Simon Whitlock.
Different game. Oh, he would not have seen this coming. At 3-0 to de Zwaan, averaging 117 against Whitlock, averaging 72.
Game on.
You cannot underestimate staying in a game, Stuart, because it can turn around so quick. We've seen it so often.
Especially in this distance.
Absolutely, and they're so used to this format on the Pro Tour.
41.
You know, they've been in these positions before, not on the TV stage, but on the floor events. Certainly won't be happy with that start. Simon Whitlock on throw.
96.
So he's got to dig deep again, get back to that scoring he's done in the last 2 or 3 legs. He'll certainly be feeling a lot happier. It was very noticeable, Stuart, on the 80 finish. Didn't even contemplate going for the treble 20. Just went straight for the middle of the 20 to make sure he had the opportunity for tops.
60.
Which he obliged with on that 3rd dart. Oh, the crowd are starting to liven up now, all travelling down from all over the country on Friday. He'll be bouncing. Party night here at Minehead. What a weekend.
$100.
De Zwaan has just switched off, hasn't he? All the credit in the world to Whitlock for finding a way back, but his opponent has dozed off.
Yeah, he needs to wake up pretty quickly. Simon looks like he's in control. Looks like he's in command. Certainly the
96.
happier of the two with his game at this moment.
80.
Steve Beaton has missed 2 match darts. It's 5-all. Ricky Evans and Steve Beaton going to a last leg decider. Oh, single one. Going to rescue it on double 11.
58. Jeffrey require 149.
Oh, still a big finish this from Zwaan. So Simon in the back of his mind, the way Zwaan's been playing recently, will think he's going to be coming back to the board, which he will be now.
59. Simon, you require 22.
Astonishingly, to go ahead.
Will he go straight for it? Looks like he will. Oh, well, he went for big 14, double 4. What's in your plan, Simon? And there that plan is, yes. The smile from Whitlock tells you it was half a plan, but it worked. Four on the spin.
100.
Zwaan 3-0 ahead, averaging what, 115, 116?
No one, and I mean no
Incredible.
one would have seen this coming. But Whitlock, fair play, fair play. It's been a difficult year for him, but real fighting qualities from the Aussie here.
59.
What a turnaround this has been.
$174.
Wonderful.
Incredible, it is. News from board 2,
100.
Ricky Evans beats Steve Beaton 6-5. Steve Beaton missing 3 match darts in the last 2 legs. It's Evans who goes through in another decider. We've had 4 last leg deciders over on stage 2.
140.
What a turnaround here too.
Has to fill it in, really.
140.
140 still leaves a
Simon
decent
Whitlock
option on
91.
102, but Whitlock in command. This is incredibly from 3-0 down to go 1 leg away at 5-3.
3 scored. It made double 14. Right on the
67.
wire.
Jeffrey require 102.
Well, things have not been happening for Zwaan for quite some time. And it's not happening
62.
in this leg either.
Simon, you require 14.
Showed a lot of courage here, Whitlock. He was being battered into submission. He's lifted himself off the canvas.
Simon Whitlock.
And he has landed the counter punch, the classic counter punch. And all of a sudden,
Simon to
he's
the
throwing
best.
for the match
Game
after
on.
being 3-0 down.
Yes, you have to tip your hat to Simon Whitlock. It wasn't just the fact he was 3-0 down, but the way both players were playing at that moment. Simon was just about hitting a 70 average, not scoring at all. Zwaan was
100.
magnificent, 3-0 ahead, average 113, 114, somewhere around that point. Just didn't seem likely at all.
100.
Will do his confidence a lot of good as well, not
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
winning the game, which he hasn't done yet,
Yeah.
we have to say, but if he does get through this,
I mean, back from the brink.
oh,
Well, Zwaan hits a fifth 180.
180.
Much needed.
140.
just his scoring now has been consistent. Even if he doesn't get a maximum, for instance, he's still scoring pretty well.
100.
Zwaan seems to have turned a little bit of a corner.
$58. Jeffrey require 121.
Is there another little twist and turn in this game?
81. Simon, you require 144.
Well, he's already taken out that magnificent 148 to get him back in the match just before the break. This would be magnificent. Double 18!
126. Jeffrey required 40. Game shot in the 9th leg. Jeffrey Zwaan.
One match dart survived by Jeffrey Zwaan.
10th leg, Jeffrey.
The young Dutchman, the 23-year-old, ranked 22 in the world. Now throwing to force a deciding leg after Whitlock won 5 on the spin. I suppose the way this game has gone, it would be fitting to have a last leg shootout.
Yeah, should not have one on the main board. We've had quite a few on board too.
97.
4 out of 6 games of...
Yeah, Labanowskis beating Ward 6-5. King beating Pipe in a deciding leg. Henderson surviving match darts to beat Joyce, and Ricky Evans surviving match darts to beat Steve Beaton. Still 2 games to come on the main stage on the opening afternoon. Michael
96.
Smith against Martin Schindler, and then Ian White will play Devon Peterson.
98.
Good position. Can change very quickly.
126.
Well, he hasn't left a finish, but he'd be happy with the visit. Keeping Zwaan under pressure. But he's responding magnificently, the young Dutchman.
6 180s. He's left himself on double 12 to force
60.
that final leg.
Required 24.
It's turned into some game, this, hasn't it?
Oh, it swung backward and forward. Well, has he got it yet?
Oh,
we saw Simon Whitlock hit the crucial double 3 earlier. That was just as crucial. That keeps him in the match. The last leg decided. The first one on the main stage.
Yeah. No fist touching there. No acknowledgement. Just sheer concentration from both players.
99.
It all comes down to the next couple of minutes.
Well, there's no doubt that both players have made mistakes. And both players have had fantastic moments in this encounter. It's all down to this last leg. Whitlock throwing first. If you can keep some decent scoring, yes, you can see what that means for Simon Whitlock.
He's hit 10 scores of 140 in that, well, since the 3rd leg when he hadn't hit one.
He didn't hit any, did he, early on?
Absolutely.
It just shows you he's improved. He said he had to, and he did. It ended up being a fantastic match. It didn't look like it was going to be. Early
92.
on. Well, leaves himself the big fish. Zwaan needs a 140 at least. And that's not going to happen.
77. Simon, you require 170.
Well, normally if Sam Whitlock leaves a 170 and it's on, even if his opponent's not on a finish, he goes for it. But it's all about the setup now. Should stay there.
60.
Well, not ideal. Just give Zwaan a sniff.
A little tense, isn't it?
77.
It's an important
Simon,
last dart.
110.
Whitlock, the big favourite here. And who'd have thought we'd be saying that half an hour ago?
For the match.
To win it. Wow, what a performance from Simon Whitlock. A second ton-plus finish. He was down and out, but he wasn't counted out. He somehow scrambled off the canvas, and he's won by TKO in a deciding leg. 3-0 down. What a performance from the Wizard. Rolling back the years, and Whitlock is through to play John Henderson in round 2.
fabulous win for Simon Whitlock there. Had to show a huge amount of grit and determination, but he is safely through on the decider. Now over on board 2, it also went the distance. Rapid Ricky Evans just pipping Steve Beaton 6-5, taking out 76 to do so.
Game shot.
Big win for the man from Kettering, and he's reflecting on that win with Ned Bolton.
Well, I think he went through the ringer there. Ricky Evans, it was rapid. We knew it was going to be fast between you and Steve. And in fact, in the back of our minds, I think we always suspected that might go to an 11th leg, but not what you would have wanted.
No, it was a very scrappy game, but it meant so much to me, that, because, yeah, I love Minehead, and there's things after this that, ranking wise, and I thought about it all day, and I thought, just don't think about it, just win your game, and you've got a very good chance of being whatever what I'm trying to say. But oh god, that was a roll slog, wasn't it?
It was a weird game. He's such a class opponent, isn't he? That's the thing, and when he hits his stride, you've got to start to worry, and there were signs that he was at his very best.
There's people like Steve Beaton that make me play darts.
Yeah.
Well, was it 23 years since he was world champion?
Is it really? You've done the math. That is
96. That was one of my first times I watched darts, watching it at house. But
yeah, well said.
No. He's a legend of darts, and he must have been here every year since it's been going. So,
he has,
he's.
So, I mean, all the way to that 11th leg, there must have been 4, 5, 6 legs where no one could hold the throw.
No.
That was mad.
Both of us didn't want to win, did we? But and then towards the end, I thought, just close your eyes and throw it at double 8, and it went in. But you don't understand how much it means to me, because I struggled the last month or so practicing. So,
I think we can see how much that meant to you, actually. Right now, you put yourself through really quite a hard time there, and Ricky, you've just got to get that out of your system now. And
yeah. We do this every time, but I've got YMCA on stage now, so I've got to learn my dance moves, what order to do it in. So no, I'm happy to be in the tournament, but I've got to concentrate on tomorrow's game now. So, but it's nice to get through a game that's a last slog. I can play well and lose normally, so nice to scrap and win. So yeah.
Well, brilliant. Many congratulations. And by the way, darts looks like an easy game. Look at his face. just proves how hard.
This is just bingo.
It's a hard game, isn't it?
It's such a hard game. There's everyone in this tournament good pro darts. There's people here that are brilliant at darts, not even here. Well, there's people here, not even here.
Yeah.
There's people in this, not even in this tournament, that are brilliant at
good
darts.
pros.
Yeah. So it just shows how good the standard is in darts these days. Your club leagues, your local leagues, and your professional side.
Well, you're a big part of it. Well, cheers.
Thank you very much.